I don't think enough Christians understand the significance of the denial of biological sex.
The question that lies at the root of all of this is the question that you're not wanting to answer, which is whether boys can become girls.
Yeah, I think I'm for the grace of God.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the sympathy. I also feel terrible for anybody who's suffering with any sort of.
I mean, I think it's been the case for
terrible,
generations, for time immemorial. God bless. I don't know how.
Why is this a hard one? I just don't understand.
Because I don't know why it's such a. Why is it such a? I'm curious. I understand the political potency of it.
It's not just politically potent.
No,
but it's just how it's so few. We're talking about so few people.
It's not about that
that are struggling with gender identity issues. A lot of remarkable people, a lot of wildly successful people, and they've gone on their life, have incredible lives. I don't know. There's so much hate and bigotry, so much condemnation,
this is the part where I start to object.
Yeah.
Okay. The idea that
you may not be spewing it.
No.
Like some others. Trust me.
But
this is the business there
are lots of terrible people who say lots of terrible things. But
yes,
it is not an act of bigotry to say that a boy cannot become a girl, nor should my children be taught in K through 12 public schools that a boy can become a girl.
Yeah.
That is not an act of bigotry. That's an act of rationality and biological simplicity.
I respect your point of view. And,
but good people,
good people disagree on this.
I know, but
in a lot of states, not just California, well-established rules, by the way, that predate me. Again, this is not where I started. We're campaigning and advocating on these issues, as some suggest. And look, I'm with the Governor Spencer Cox, who said about many of these issues, never so much attention been placed on so few people.
And the problem is, I do think that on an electoral level, to go to the politics, it is a barrier to entry for a lot of people. When
I agree with that.
When you say a boy can become a girl. And then just on a realistic.
And by the way, I respect if that's your barrier to then listening to people on a myriad of other issues, so be it. It is what it is.
I find it strange that even if you wish to have a public policy that pursues something different, we cannot just admit that boys and girls are two different things and that a boy cannot become a girl. Why is this so difficult?
Yeah. I understand your point of view.
What?
And I also respect Caitlyn Jenner,
You can't answer it.
He will not. He will not. He can answer it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call him Gavin Newsom. He's just a chameleon and a liar and disgusting. And he has children, and shame on him. Yeah. Shame on him, and shame on you for anybody that has a little girl and is condoning this, or a little boy and you're saying, yes, you can become a woman. Because I know people that have allowed their children to transition. Those children are great. But what Gavin did say is that I know a lot of people that have struggled with gender identity. Yes, that's what it is. They're struggling with their identity. And you want to know what? One more thing was correct. We're spending a lot of time on so few people because so few people are dictating common sense policies. We should have never allowed 1% or 2% or 5% of this population who can't decide or figure out if they want to be male or female because they think it's a decision they could just up and make, as if that's a biological decision. Now, you can physically get as many surgeries as you want, and you can look amazing. Trust me, I know people that look way better than me that are not born female. But that's through surgeries. That's a choice. That has nothing to do with biological reality. Stop letting these few dictate the multitude. This is disgusting and it needs to end. And I'm frankly looking forward to the Supreme Court because I believe they're going to come down on the right side of justice, the righteous side of justice, the scientific side of justice that says men are men, women are women, and biological or birth sex men cannot play against women.
Yeah. Folks, this is the hill I die on. Okay. You all know this is my issue. And this is my issue because this is a foundational issue. I don't think enough Christians understand the significance of the denial of biological sex. We must understand this clearly. Yeah. Sex is not a side issue. It's foundational, folks. From the very beginning, God created us male and female. That truth is the bedrock of everything. Marriage, family, motherhood, fatherhood, and ultimately humanity itself. If boys can become girls and girls can become boys, then marriage loses its meaning, folks. Mothers and fathers become interchangeable, and children lose the structure God designed for their flourishing. This isn't compassion, it's confusion. And this is why the left is not giving up on this, because they understand that when we redefine this, everything goes with it. Everything's up for grabs. We got to stand on this, folks. This is not a side issue. This isn't something, yeah, I agree, but what's the big deal? It's only a small amount of people. No, the Bible teaches that our bodies are not mistakes to overcome. They are gifts to steward, okay? And when culture tells people to reject their bodies, it's not liberation. It's rebellion against God's creation. We got to stand on this. I really think this matters, folks. Truth matters. And if we lose clarity here, we lose it everywhere. That's it. We lose it everywhere.
Yeah. And then the nerve of these trans women to want to be respected as women, to get upset, to say, well, you just don't like women because you're not one. So they want all of it. Yeah. They want it all. Yeah, this is not just giving in a little. Look what happened because we gave in a little and we ignored it and we thought, this is only happening in one county or one school district or one city or one state. And this is really the enemy's plan because he does it all the time. Satan is really good at these snares. One little thing, right? You let that little bit of evil get in there, take root. And here's where the end result is. And I love, I love the chat. You guys in the chat are cracking me up. They're still talking about gluttony. I mean, they were going off about wine and Allie, I think, who's Italian. They were there's so much stuff was going on in the chat. You guys are phenomenal. But these are serious issues and they're basic issues, right? These are we're talking about 7 deadly sin issues. We're going really back to Old Testament issues. And this is about the destruction of the family and the destruction of humanity because Satan needs to wipe us out. Look, see, Kung Fu CJ with a super chat was exactly my thought. He had $5 super chat.
Thank you. He says this goes back to Genesis 3. Satan has been trying to stop humans from procreating since the beginning. Yes,
100%. And I share a story. I'm not even sure where I got it from. I probably heard it on the radio, but someone said, look, what happens if you drop a man off with 100 transgender women on an island? 100 years from now, you'll find skeletons. Now, what happens if you drop a man off and 100 women? You're going to see a flourishing community with men, women, and children 100 years later. They don't die out because they're natural women. They produce. It's how God intended. They want to rewrite us, stamp us out, or control the population. But we know they've been trying to control the population through food, through medication, through this trans agenda, any way they can.
Yeah. And like you said, we don't in the drugs, we know that there has been credible research that the jab has affected women's menstrual cycles. Yep. Some women are having fertility issues. Now they're trying to push this GLP-1 Ozempic style medication. No telling what the side effects are going to be from that in the next 10 years. We're going to see. But again, folks, we got to stand strong against this stuff and push back, folks. So as you come in, hit that like button. Let me see here. We have 45 likes and we got over 70 people watching. So folks, get those likes up. Please hit that like button as you come in and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. All right.